Good afternoon and welcome to another match of Dota 2. It is the first match of today, for me at least. It's going to be Navi versus NEXT.kz, and it is a StarLadder match, which means that I have a short disclaimer because I am not an official caster for Star Series. For official cast, you can check out OMTV and you can find all the streams there. However, for this caster, for this match, even there is no official English cast, if I am correct. So, well, that's that. So let's jump ourselves into the game. We see first of all for Navi, they are playing with a stand-in. I think it's Admiration actually that is playing there instead of Vorst there, who's still on holiday, I believe. NEXT.kz also playing with two stand-ins, just like we saw yesterday. And of course, on paper, it's going to be Navi that is definitely the favorite for this match. But we're going to see what NEXT.kz is going to do to stop Navi's reign. And first of all, we have some bans. We have a Rubik, a Lone Druid, and a Chen ban. And so far, I mean, Naga, Simon, Lycan, as well as Darkseer are still in the pool. So curious to see if one of those actually, if maybe all of those are going to go through. And Navi, they're not banning out the normal heroes that you would expect from the team that has second pick. They ban out the Wisp. There goes still the Darkseer on the side of NEXT.kz. They don't want to face that and also don't want to play it rather. And we have an Invoker ban coming out from Puppy. So Naga, Simon, Lycan still in the pool, and of course as well as Leshrac, Tidehunter, heroes that are also picked up fairly early. And having said that, we know from NEXT.kz that they normally like to pick up that Morphling very early, so they might just pick that one up as first pick, just like we saw yesterday, by the way, in the match that they played, even though I don't think they actually won that. And I don't think MA is Admiral Bulldog from the person in the chat. I think that is Admiration, but I'll check that when the match is actually on its way. We have got a Lycanthrope picked up by NEXT.kz, and they're going to be up versus the Naga Siren and the Leshrac, a combination that is so strong on the lane. There's a snare, follow-up star from Leshrac, and that is almost guaranteed a kill if you have a Riptide with that, as well as an Edict. Tidehunter will be the pickup for NEXT.kz. Again, we still see the heroes that we normally see in these first couple of pickups. I'm waiting to see what will determine these lineups, what will make the difference between other games that we normally see. And let's see if NEXT.kz still wants to pick up that Morphling. Because of course now they already have the Lycan, and Lycan is already one of those heroes that kind of wants to be left alone until he is big enough to face his opponents. So maybe we'll see something like a Templar Assassin coming up from NEXT.kz. I mean, she's still in the pool, also a hero that is picked up fairly early, and there indeed she is. So Templar Assassin picked up by NEXT.kz, and it does fit in perfectly with the strategies that we normally see as well. I mean, just Lycanthrope AFK farming or split pushing. And Templar Assassin gonna be at level 6/7. She's gonna be jumping around the map if she has a Blink Dagger up then, and is gonna try to make sure that Navi cannot get to that Lycan, making sure that Templar Assassin has all the attention from the opponent team. Of course, Tidehunter is a hero that does the same thing. I mean, he can just start forcing team fights, and also, again, only to make sure that Lycanthrope gets that time to farm. Let's see what Navi wants to pick up, though. I mean, they have already got that solid duo lane. They could still forego something in the jungle because we still have an Enchantress as well as an Enigma in the pool. And they actually go for the long lane solo, or at least that is my expectation. They go for the Bounty Hunter. So that could indeed be that long lane solo for Navi. And having said that, it is kind of the same role as the Templar Assassin. It's not as obvious that he's going to be jumping around the map killing people, but he is a hero that around level 6, he will leave his lane, he'll have his track ability, he'll try to get kills, and all the kills that they get then are of course that extra gold that they then get. And with picking up a solo lane, they also kind of give away that maybe they want to go for another solo lane for their mid lane, and have potential for a tri-lane. So that's why we see NEXT.kz banning out those two jungle heroes that were still remaining. Of course, we have seen Navi jungling different types of heroes, and that's still a possibility, but at least the ones that we normally see in the jungle, Enchantress, Enigma, and of course Chen was already banned out, they are no longer in the pool. Of course, Nature's Prophet is still in, and we see him in the jungle lately as well. We've got the Windrunner as well as the Shadow Shaman being banned out by Navi. I mean, a long lane solo and a support perhaps for a dual lane that's still to come from NEXT.kz. I mean, we haven't seen the Tidehunter solo lanes as well as a Lycanthrope, so I'm kind of curious to see what NEXT.kz is going to do with their lanes. Of course, Templar Assassin is going to be having a solo mid. And what's kind of surprised me is that NEXT.kz, they actually ban out the jungle heroes. Well, I understand why they do that, but they don't ban out the Venomancer, for example. Venomancer is a hero that is very good against the Templar Assassin, and Na'Vi can still pick that one up if they want. And they already have, of course, the Shrek already as a counter to that Templar Assassin Refraction. But curious to see if we're gonna see Venomancer on the side of Na'Vi maybe still, or if they think they can deal with it with just the Shrek. Could be. And in the meantime, NEXT.kz has taken their time to think about this pick. They still have 1 minute in their bonus time, so they definitely still have time to do this. And unlike yesterday, when all the matches kind of started later, this match actually started on time, so there is no team that has got a deduction on his bonus time, on their bonus time. So everybody can have 1.5 minutes to think extra about their drafting phase. Of course, a very important phase. It's like playing chess. What are gonna be your pawns? I think that's the word, pawns? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, they're taking their time. 30 seconds left. And I still think that we need to see, well, a support is going to be actually. It's going to be a Crystal main. Maybe preparing for a dual lane steal, or maybe a semi-trail lane if Lycanthrope is going to go on a solo lane and Tide and Crystal main together with still a carry. I don't know. Let's see. Na'Vi. I mean, Na'Vi has the Naga Siren, which is of course a great hero to have for team fights and such, but you want to have something to set up for. And right now, Naga Siren's song is basically only an escape because they can't yet beat the team fight that NEXT.kz brings with the Tidehunter. So maybe we're still going to see something like a Sand King coming off from them, or maybe still an Earthshaker or something like that. And they still have every possibility to do that. Oh wow, okay, so that is not going to be the case. We're going to have a Pudge. So Dandy Pudge, people, you know you love it. So happy times. The hero that actually I have not seen lately in competitive matches, unless played by Na'Vi, unless played by Dandy. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm not gonna miss any hooks. And of course, it is a good hero for mid game. I mean, imagine him level 6, Bounty Hunter level 6, track is on there, and that's gonna be a kill if the hook lands. But with the track on there, hook will land a bit easier, obviously. And that's a lot of gold coming the way of Na'Vi. So a solid pick here, and it feels a bit the same rule as the Templar Assassin, but we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Of course, I mean, Lycanthrope normally banned out, and there's a reason for that. So we're going to see if NEXT.kz can take on the Pudge with that. And it's going to still be a Nature's Prophet for NEXT.kz, so maybe a Lycanthrope on the lane with Nature's Prophet soloing in the jungle. That could be. I'm kind of curious to see what they're going to do with their lane, so we'll see. Last pickup for Na'Vi. I mean, in theory, they are sorted. They have their mid lane, they have their long lane, they've got the Naga Siren Shrek lane. So anything that they pick up now is just to complement their lineup, is just to maybe something that they feel like they're missing. Like I'm still thinking maybe like a Sand King or a Shake or something like that. But we'll see. I mean, they already have got 2 melee heroes, so maybe a 3 even. So maybe they just want to arrange something. It could be. Anything is possible at this stage. Maybe we're gonna see a Storm Spirit jungling again. I mean, it's been a while since Puppy has tried that out, but it's still viable, I believe, or semi-viable as far as a Storm Spirit can jungle. But Puppy did a good job at that, I believe. But they still have 1 minute to think about this. I mean, no real rush for Na'Vi. It could be that they even already know what they're going to pick and just wait for them to discuss the lanes. But they're going to go for a Disruptor. So still maybe, I mean, it is a good hero versus, for example, a Lycan as well as a Templar Assassin. Both heroes are so extremely fast. And with that Glimpse, Disruptor can just, I mean, if it's getting hot on their feet, the Glimpse will send either of those two back, whichever one came first. And of course, if you see a Tidehunter running in, and you know that he wants to Ravage, you can just throw a Glimpse on him and he's back, and you can just stop a team fight. And they already have so many options to stop fights from happening with the Naga Siren song. And with so many options, I just mean that song, but it's going to be off cooldown like every minute when she reaches that level 3 ultimate. So at least doing everything they can to stop NEXT.kz with their strategy. Oh, why am I here? I'm there. Okay. And I'm going to just quickly switch overlay so I see the entire map. So let's see who's playing what. No surprise here, it's going to be Dandy up on that Pudge, and everybody of Na'Vi so far going top. Well, maybe we're going to have some different lanes than what I was expecting, but we'll see what they're going to do with that. Naga Siren is actually being played by Admiration. He is standing in for this match, and he will be, like I said, playing the Naga Siren. It will be Light of Heaven on the Bounty Hunter. We are used to that solo long lane from him. It is going to be our start playing the Shrek, as we know that he likes to play, and he plays very good as well. I mean, I'm sure you remember a moment of TI2 where he was escaping, I think, on 5 HP, landing stuns as he goes, and actually surviving with the juke. And it's going to be Puppy on the Disruptor there. So that is all the entire lineup of Na'Vi. And like said, it is Havorst that is missing. That's the person for who Admiration is standing in for. And Havorst is actually on holiday. So that is why he is not here. At the same time, we jump ourselves over to NEXT.kz, where we see Mantis playing that Lycanthrope. We are used to that farm hero from him for that carry. Stalcat's going to be on the Nature's Prophet. And we have got a pause coming up from NEXT.kz, but that won't stop us from introducing the players. We have Nesty playing the Crystal Main, a hero that, or sorry, a player that we have seen standing in for NEXT.kz, I think yesterday as well. It's gonna be Cobra, another stand-in. He's gonna be playing the Tidehunter, and maybe even going for the mid lane. But I'm curious to see how. I'm curious to see how they're gonna lane. Like I said, I mean, they have so many options that it's really difficult to guess where they are going. And we actually have Stalkat disconnecting for a second. Well, that still brings us to Equal, who's going to be playing the Templar Assassin for NEXT.kz. So it's going to be that hero that we are going to see a lot from in hopefully around that minute 10 to 20. At least if NEXT.kz has anything to say about that. Of course, it's going to be Na'Vi that's going to try to prove them otherwise. It will really depend on how that lane is going to go for the Templar Assassin, because she does need that start. She does need those phase boots. She doesn't need much, but phase boots is something that she just needs, as well as maybe a blink dagger if she can get it. And especially with that glimpse, I mean, you kind of want to have that blink dagger, because running is not going to cut it. I've seen it before. Templar Assassin, if she blinks in theory, she can kill off the Disruptor before the blink actually took place. That's in theory. It's gonna all depend on if she actually has enough damage, of course. And yeah, again, it is Admiration that is playing the Naga Siren. I will still check it because you want me to prove it. Apparently, I only recognize his avatar picture. We're gonna see if it's actually true right now. So holiday for Havorst and Admiration standing in. We're waiting for the Steam community profile to load. And there's a pause, so we're giving every opportunity to do this also. Can just check that. Oh, actually the pause is unpausing. But this is Admiration, so no surprise there. It is indeed gonna be Admiration there. So let's see how the lanes are gonna be divided. We have Nature's Prophet gonna take that long lane solo. He's already up for an aggressive lane though. I mean, look at this ward. This is an aggressive ward being placed, or maybe just it's aggressive. I was gonna say maybe very, very defensive, but no, this is aggressive. If the Pudge is gonna stay on that top lane, that will be dangerous, as well as Leshrac and Disruptor being there. I mean, I said earlier, Leshrac and Naga Siren being that very strong combination. The Pudge and Leshrac is actually a combination that you see more often in pubs, but it is still a very strong combination, because that hook will make sure that Leshrac can just also precast the stun up on that target where the Pudge is standing. So also an almost guaranteed hit if the hook hits, that is. So a very strong combination as well. We see the Naga Siren actually soloing in this mid lane, and he's going to be up for his Tidehunter Crystal main lane, a lane that we don't see all that often. But like you see, I mean, he's throwing out a lot of harassment, gets harassed back though, and he doesn't have any gold just yet. There's the ensnare. Leshrac actually following it up. There's a stun following up from that on the Crystal main. Crystal main has to really work out, but it's a squishy one, and it is a first blood. Art picking it up, and Cobra being forced back towards his own tower as well, and it is Na'Vi that takes the lead in this match. Nothing they could do against it. And I'm quite so early. I was going to say, there's the bottle already on Admiration. He can get his mana and health back up. And they're going to try to, of course, stop that Tidehunter from trying to farm here. And one thing that I like about a Tidehunter that is actually giving priority on the lane is that he will have his level 6 fairly fast. So he'll have his ultimate fast enough to get that team fight going, and that's just something I like personally. So we're going to see if he's actually going to be able to do that, though, how much he's going to get the 9-tier Gush on Naga Siren, as well as a Nova there. But it is going to be Cobra that gets an entangle, gets a stun, and it's going to go down here. Leshrac picking it up once again. He's going to get harassed back by the Crystal Maiden as well, but she only still level 1, so only still has that Nova. Cannot do anything else, even though she might have, if she had a Frostbite, that would have been a kill in return, but just at level 1, now she's level 2. But yeah, a ward here also being placed on this middle lane. also very aggressive coming up from Navi, so they show their cards now. They've shown what they want to do, and they're probably going to try to continue doing that the entire time. If that is snare hits, the Shrek stun hits, and that is a kill, as we just saw. In the meantime, I'm just quickly going to hope that I don't miss anything in this middle lane. Well, I check out the bottom lane because it is a bounty hunter farming up against a Templar Assassin. I mean, both of those, wait a second, and snare, stun, Crystal Maiden is gonna not die. One more hit needed, but admiration not fast enough. Oh, there we go. Riptide finished it off. In the meantime, though, Shrek was picked up there as well. Keeps helping out. Gush still lands on admiration. Cobra is not ready yet. He still has an anchor smash. If he can reach it only, he doesn't have boots. Admiration does have boots, and that is making the difference. Shrek even already back into this mix also. He's just gonna try to maybe. Nope, the stun misses. Cannot follow up on that one. Still checking if the stun hit, maybe. Well, I was gonna say. No. Meantime, middle lane is providing the action here. But I was checking bottom lane. That's where we want to be for a second, because the Templar Assassin is 15 for 4 last hits for now, with 10 for 4 on the Bounty Hunter. So both of these are getting some last hits, and more importantly, this Bounty Hunter is actually getting levels. I mean, normally if we see a Bounty Hunter on a long lane, it takes a bit for him to get to that level 6. But this Bounty Hunter getting nice levels and making sure that when he has level 6, he will roam probably mid to start with and get that track gold up on both the Crystal Maiden and the Tide Hunter. Of course, Tide Hunter is going to be more tanky as time goes by. That Crystal Maiden will still be a very easy target, though. In the meantime, on the top lane is going to be Putz that was semi-free farming for a long time. He's 22 for 14. Nature's Prophet actually is not on the lane all that much. We saw him roaming around in the jungle. He is now again going towards the jungle. He has got 8 last hits in total. But is not getting that much freedom on the top lane, and that leaves Dandy just with a lot of freedom. And if it's one thing that you don't want, is free farm on Dandy, regardless on which hero he's on. In the meantime, it's going to be Admiration, try to do something, but gets a Frostbite. It's going to be backing off once more. And so we'll have to keep a close eye on this middle lanes where all the action happens, because, I mean, on top lane, as long as nobody comes there, Dandy is not going to give up free farm, and maybe he's going to try to push down a tower, but for now, not yet. We actually have Naga Siren picking up an invisibility rune. Maybe they want to go for something again, getting that ensnare upon a target of choice. In the meantime, it's going to be Lycan that is still farming in the jungle. I mean, that is a major difference that we see here compared to the lanes. Oh, there's the ensnare, there's a follow-up stun. Crystal Maiden is going to go down. Naga Siren picking up the kill, and Cobra Edic doing a lot of damage. And Shrek actually picks up the kill with his right click. That Riptide level 3 really hurts, and the Gush didn't do anything anymore. And this might even be the start of them pushing a tower. I mean, they have got the Edict. In the meantime, on the top lane, Hook misses on from Dandy on Stalkat. Stalkat able to dodge, and that will mean that both Dandy and Poppy are going to back off again to the right side of the tower for them. In the meantime, like I said, tower being pushed here by Navi. And it is gonna be in bottom lane where still the Templar Assassin. Oh, wait a second, that hook hit, and that is a kill. Tower still hitting on Dandy though, taking a lot of damage from that. One more tower hit, and he indeed goes down, and it is the last hit that goes to the Nature's Prophet, because he already did a lot of damage there. And that is at least 1 kill, 2 kills now for NEXT.kz, but 1 kill on that mid lane, sorry, top lane, but mid lane it was Admiration, a lot of trouble here as well. He's now got no bottle charges left anymore. And Shrek has left his side, gets a Gush, there's a song. Good call, otherwise he would probably be dead. Where is Shrek? He's back in base. Okay, well, fun stuff. Oh, that's why they're back in base. Smoke up, gonna go mid lane. They have the hook. No level 6 yet though, no Dismember. We'll have Dismember in 1 creep if he gets close enough. In the meantime, Shrek, dust is already off again. Pudge dust is already off again as well, but no wards, and it's nighttime, so they don't see him. He just has to get a good angle in. We'll be able to do so. Now he sees it though. Is he gonna be able? This is the dodge. Didn't happen. Cobra, Dismember, and Snare not even needed, but Pudge get the kill. Dandy with the hook, Dandy with the kill. In the meantime, bottom lane has some trouble. Lycan as well as Nature's Prophet coming out of that jungle and is going to try to do something here against his Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter level 6 lands his track up on the Templar Assassin. And this is the time where we should see the Light of Heaven roaming around slightly more, as well as the Templar Assassin, even though Templar Assassin, she does have the gold to buy those phase boots. But didn't do it yet though, and if she doesn't do it soon, maybe she's gonna get picked off here, because there is an army coming towards them. It is the Naga Siren with a double damage rune, as well as a Shrek level 6 as well, and they're gonna find a Lycan with no mana in the jungle. Wolves will scout out the Shrek though, and Shrek will be probably, well, Age is gonna continue regardless. There's the ensnare, Templar Assassin, trap lands, Shrek stun of course hits as well. Refraction is already off, and that is a kill. as well as a kill from the TA on the Shrek though. It is StarLadder that's on the run here. Will there be another snare? It's not even needed, I think. The right clicks will be enough, and it is indeed Naga Siren Admiration picking up the kill. And it is now Admiration that is dominating. Has not died yet a single time. It is 4-for-0 on him. And he's been in 7 out of the 9 kills, of course, at middle lane. Wow, Light of Heaven taking a lot of harassment here from these wolves. And these creeps as well. And then was gonna say he still had mana to vanish for his Shadow Walk there. And the rest, yeah, Dust being popped. Actually, he's already out of range for that Dust. I'm not sure why StarLadder decided to TP into that one. In the meantime, Kinetic Field locks StarLadder. No, well, now it locks him in with that glimpse there, as well as the Static Storm. StarLadder, you cannot escape. You are dead. Disruptor picking up the kill on the Shrek on the backside. Picked up the Crystal Main. Manta's gonna try to do maybe something, but here comes Admiration again. He's popping his Bottles Charge, last one, but still not enough mana for an Ensnare. Right clicks are there, though. Will it be enough? There might be enough mana on the Shrek to do it, throw out a stun. And there is, and he gets the kill with it before the Lycanthrope can kill off Arsart. And it is definitely Navi that's pulling ahead. I mean, I'm almost afraid to put up that one. Ooh, fresh meat. I heard it, and that was a Templar Assassin who thought to get some free farm onto this top lane, but there was then the free farming as well. I mean, I'm just gonna put up that one. Net worth for now. It shows most of what's going on. We do see indeed everybody of the dire side being very high up. Only the Templar Assassin who had a bit of free farm on the bottom lane. High up there on there as well, but the supports actually have more farm than the Lycanthrope. That is not something that you want to see as NEXT.kz. But yeah, it is like I said, Navi pulling ahead. In the meantime, another hook. This time Ravage follows up. They both die, killing off each other. Net lands on the Native Prophet. Gonna try to TP out with a normal TP because his other one is on cooldown, and he actually cancelled it. Or was that a glimpse? That was a glimpse, and it is a Riptide that gets it off. Song being casted. They're gonna try to catch out a TA before she can kill a Puppy. Puppy backing off, and TA actually backing off, or at least cannot kill off. I think, or can he? Or can he? Admiration and snare upon Mantis. There's the melt damage though. He's gonna try to TP out. Will be in time. There's the Shrek trying to help out, and it is indeed Admiration that is back out alive. Arsart though, is he gonna be as lucky? I don't think so. Lycanthrope picks it up, so that is the moment of the game where Lycan as well as the TA are going to be roaming around a lot more, going to be trying to get those kills. Same thing for Light of Heaven, who, as he lands a track upon the Crystal Main, Frostbite will help him. But here comes Dandy, and the hook, Wolves blocking his view, so no hook just yet. There, the hook gets dodged by Equal. Kinetic Field doesn't lock Equal in. In the meantime, Bounty Hunter still managed to finish off the Crystal Main, and now the chase is on for the Templar Assassin. Here comes Light of Heaven as well. Dandy dodges the trap. There's the track still on there. Dismember going off there again, and that will be a kill for sure. And of course, one thing that I didn't mention just yet, Refraction is pretty useless against the punch purely because of that rot damage going through that and ticking through that. So 2 kills. They still lost the Disruptor, by the way. He died earlier. Well, during that same mess that was going on there. But at least it is NEXT.kz showing that they're not entirely helpless. Their heroes needed a bit of time to get those levels up, to get that farm up. But right now, Templar Assassin has got face boots. Lycanthrope has got his medallion. Not yet has boots yet, but he's a very fast wolf, so he doesn't really need that just yet. But it's showing that he wants to go for Roshan pretty soon. But it is NEXT.kz that right now should be their comeback time. And if they don't, I don't have that much hope for them to get back on top of this. They have got Rabbit, they have got the TA at their moment of time that she should be owning the place, but right now it's just Navi all over the place. Well, we already saw the gold graph, and this is the experience graph, 7,500 for 10 minutes in, and that is quite a lot. Naga Siren got Londoness there upon Mantis, Riptide there as well, and there's a Static Storm. Mantis cannot get away here. Naga Siren picking up the kill. StarLadder on the way out is gonna try to sprout Puppy, does do so, but Glimpse is still gonna be there. Welcome back, StarLadder. Riptide going off, and the hook actually misses, but the Kinetic Field, well, is StarLadder still dead? I mean, there wasn't really that much choice about that. I mean, just outnumbering. In the meantime, the distraction made sure that Arsart was able to pick off the tier 2 tower on the bottom lane together with Light of Heaven. Equal not able to do that much against it. And it feels like right now, Navi, I mean, what can you do against them right now? I mean, yes, Ravage is nice, but you have to actually be able to roam around more than Navi. And right now, it is Navi that is looking for the kills. Navi trying to get all the kills. In the meantime, here Cobra trying to farm. Use this Ravage to get away. Might actually get a kill here. Nope. It is Thailand that still died, but Pudge committed suicide actually. In the meantime, bottom lane it is Naga Siren that was able to pick off the Crystal Main, or was it actually bottom lane? Nope. It was in the Radiant jungle. Probably just Crystal Main trying to farm. Meantime, bottom lane was some action going on still. Nature's Prophet TPing in. It is Arsat that is going to be able to TP out of there. Glimpse back from Mantis. Not able to chase anything. And they're looking for this guy right here. He is dusted up. Bounty Hunter is going to be chased down by Mantis, who is no longer in wolf form. And like I said, he does not have boots. So Light of Heaven is going to be faster. Dust is already worn off. And Poppy is back here. Static Storm going to try to help Equal down. Equal though. Oh, nice. Nice Sprout going off there, and it looks like everybody's gonna back off without any kills, unless Light of Heaven really wants something here. But face boots on Light of Heaven, and Matt is just, no boots is really hurting him right now. And his ulti on cooldown, of course. So no kills on this bottom lane, it's 22-8. 12,000 gold in favor of Na'Vi right now, and it's just seemingly delay of execution. I mean, they have got the momentum, they have got the push in form of a Leshrac, they've got basically everything going for them right now, and for NEXT.kz, only thing they can do is right now damage control. Oh, hey Dandy. Hey Hook. Hey Stylecat. Dismember, and that is going to be killed. Still a track kill as well. I mean, Light of Heaven just shows up to throw down the track, and then he gets a kill for that as well. In the meantime, it's going to be Crystal Main in wrong time, wrong place, wrong time, wrong side of the tower for her. And gets picked off again by Admiration, who, by the way, still hasn't died yet a single time. I mean, check this out. He's the only hero that hasn't died yet, though, but 9-for-0, a Naga Siren, a hero that we normally see only owning until she has got that time to farm, but because of that strong dual lane with the Leshrac, already able to be 9-0, and already able to be highest up on that net worth, even 2.2k gold ahead of the Pudge, who has had free farm on that top lane. Pudge is building towards a 4-staff, by the way, so we'll be trying to land more extraordinary hooks soon. And in the meantime, I mean, they can take down Leshrac. Nothing is going to stop them from doing that. NEXT.kz, I mean, Ravage has gotten used the last 2 times to help Tidehunter get away or try to get a kill before he died, which one time actually worked. But yeah, other than that, they cannot really force it out that much. And the main difference that is now, it's not just gold right now what's making this difference. It is mostly now experience also. I mean, oh, the limbs back by Equal, or Leshrac stun doesn't hit anymore, and Snare upon Cobra. Will there be someone to go in? Here comes Dandy, thinking about it. Static Storm going up as well to Kinetic Field. Riptide going up, Hook on the Nature's Prophet, Dismember there as well as the Tidehunter drops. And Lycan drops, and there's a song still used to try to pick up the last 2 remaining standing members of NEXT.kz. And I would not be surprised that if they do get this, then maybe NEXT.kz has enough. And yes, they do. They have had enough. It is a 15-minute game, and it is a GG, and it is Na'Vi that takes the win in this, I have to say, very one-sided game. And of course, on paper, we knew which one was the favorite. We have seen NEXT.kz yesterday performing, and they were just not prepared to be taken on Na'Vi just yet. And we're seeing everybody disconnect. So, this was a match for StarLadder Season 3. My name is Sheever. I make Ghost of Gamers Caster. Please subscribe to my YouTube, Sheever Gaming. So, youtube.com/Sheever Gaming. And we're going to wait until this one explodes, which should be happening fairly soon. Next matchup, I'm not sure yet which match that will be, but there will be more matches, so stay tuned for those. And hopefully they're going to be a bit less one-sided than this one was. As in the meantime, Dandy's going to have some fun in the fountain. And there we go. Throne exploding, so I'm gonna show the end screen for a little while, and yeah. That was game number 1 of the day for me. I have to say, very short game. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll be right back. Stay tuned for more Dota 2 action coming up.